Shimmy on in. Let's wet the whistle. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josie. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. We are going to be jumping right in and getting started on a Cebu blue pothos that I have. It really needs some TLC. It's been neglected, it's been underwatered. It was beautiful this summer when I had it outside and got really nice and long, and upon bringing it in, it's dropped a lot of leaves. I've had some browning, so we're gonna go in and prune. I really have no idea when I get in there how much I'll be cutting off. We'll just kind of like feel it out as I go. But I have some water propagation and some soil propagation vessels over here that we're going to be working with today. But like I said, it's going to be a lot of cutting to begin with, so I'm a little anxious for that. So I'm going to go ahead and start cuts after I show you guys the plant. So here is our beautiful plant. Obviously, as you can tell, Cebu blue pothos. I do have a grow light off to the left here that's got a little blue light, but it really does have a silvery blue appearance. Just really different than a lot of other things, and vine's really long. But as you can see, we've got some holes, we've got some gaps. You can tell we've had a lot of leaf drop and a lot of leaf shed, and it looks just a little thin up top. So once we go back and prune, I'm really excited to see what new growth pushes from the original plant, and then how our new starts will do, which is essentially free plants. So fingers crossed all goes well. Let's go ahead and we'll get it down and start snipping away here. That's probably going to be the most satisfying part. Yeah, look how pretty those leaves are. Okay, well here it is. Not as beautiful and romantic from the top view as it is from the underneath side view. So, man, there is really a lot of stuff in here. I don't know if I want to just prune all the way around the edge of the pot so nothing is hanging over and just really get a fresh start. So we're just going to start going in and snipping kind of around the edge. I don't think I'm going to go in and untangle or pull on any of these because they're a little brittle until I can see things a little better. Because right now it's just a lot of vines everywhere, and I'll be able to see what I'm working with once they're detached from the plant. And again, I am trying to take these really long because I can always cut them smaller if I want to. But I'm just really, like I said, hacking back on this plant in hopes that I can make a couple more plants and then refill this plant that I have here. And also, I totally forgot, I went to the shop this morning and filmed you guys a little update on the spider plant that I'm pretty sure I filmed in my first video. And she's looking beautiful. I'll fill you guys in on that. Oh, some of these are so long and leggy, but it is very satisfying just going in and cutting off all of these little pieces that will hopefully be so much better. Oh my goodness, you guys, so many of these are just not even attached to anything. So I don't know what was going on here, but I think it'll do a lot better after this. I'm trying to cut where I've got a few nodes that don't have any leaves, and then a node is where you can tell where little ridges. Let me find a good example. Here, we'll use this. So a node is where each one of these little spots, there are these kind of little wiry roots coming off. So you've got all of those places, and normally there's like a little bend and a little bit of a texture difference. So your stem will be smooth for the most part, but then right where these are, you'll feel that little bump where that new piece is growing out from. So really you can cut all of those and save the nodes. But I'm going to try to leave mine a little longer, like I said, and see if I can make a nice pretty full plant somehow. Oh, that's not even what I was pulling on. Okay, there we go. It's like a wild jungle in here. Here's a couple more. Snip those off. That piece isn't attached. Oh, did I get them all? That was the last piece. Okay, so now that that's all said and done, here is what the top is working with. I'm kind of so sad that I just did that, but it will, I'm sure, appreciate me. So once we get all of the other potting up and everything finished, I'll kind of go back in and groom this guy a little bit. But here in Indiana, it's still pretty gloomy, dreary, so it's nice to be working on houseplant projects. Keep me entertained until I can start doing some seed starting, which I should, for some things, already be doing. I'm honestly kind of a little behind on all of that. Then I can put together some of my tomatoes, peppers, all the stuff that can't really go through a frost. Because before we know it, it's going to be here. We're going to be outside. We're going to be loving life, hearing the birds chirp, and apparently 1,000 million billion cicadas that are supposed to all arise from the ground this year, so that will be interesting. Oh, this cute one little dinky piece. It looks like a little heart. That's so cute. Oh, be looking a little naked. I was thinking about taking one to the shop, but if it turns out really ugly, I probably won't. I'm gonna try my best and see what I can do with those and try to save them. It'd be awesome if I got tons and tons of plants. But realistically, trying to start nodes, I've never really had a lot of success if they don't have leaves. So I will try, because I would love to have tons of these plants. They're absolutely beautiful, but the odds are really not in my favor. So I've got a pretty good pile of, for sure, savable stuff that I think looks still really nice. And we're going to use that for sure for our pots that we're going to be making. Yeah. And then I'll figure out what to do with all of this stuff, because that is honestly a lot of plant matter. It looks so crazy now that it's just in two little piles. So let's go ahead and start with potting up some of the really nice good cuttings. Gently. Ooh. That's so many future plants. I have no clue. It's gonna be wild. My first one, I've got this really pretty teal blue. Of course, I thought it'd be fitting. It goes really pretty with the foliage color. So I'm gonna pot that up. Try to shove as many as I can in here. So we've got a nice top layer here. And this is pretty easy. I just need to start grabbing pieces now and pushing them in. And we're gonna fill this up to where it looks really nice, really full. We've got tons of plants. I think we'll absolutely be able to do that. I at least want to make sure that one node, if not two nodes, are touching the soil. I think that'll give us a benefit to having two locations where the plant could possibly root from going on. Let our odds be a little bit better. And I can't say that this is gonna look cute when I very first start it. It'll take a little while to fill in, but with saving all of these nice pieces, they're very full. So I think it'll fill the plant right up. And I'm starting on one side, and I'm just gonna really shove them in there until I can't fit any more in. I think I love it. It looks really good already. It's nice and full. I am going to get a saucer to put underneath this, and I'm gonna really oversaturate it. This one does have a drainage hole because it has a built-in saucer right there. Oh, I don't want to bump it. Okay. Oh, I hope this one fits. Ooh. Enough. Okay, so we're gonna water this guy in very gently, very slow. Make sure just everybody is nice and settled in there. Just sprinkle a little bit of soil right on top just to make sure all the roots are covered up and all the stems are covered nice. drown this baby because I started with 100% dry soil, so I feel like it's going to really need a lot of moisture to... Oh, uh-oh, we're almost full already. Okay, so awesome. We got that one potted up. It looks nice and full. I definitely overwatered it a little bit. We've got some water sitting in the tray, so I'm just going to very gently scoot that to the side and then get my next planter. We'll set that little cutie right there. I just swept just to make another mess. That's how it goes in here. Okay, so we've got numero dos. Just a cute, simple little terracotta potter. I feel like the blue and green look really pretty together on that guy. So I'm just going to go ahead and water this in hopes that it'll give me a little bit more structure when I try to push these stems into the soil here. Just a little bit, and then like I said, we will top it off with some more soil and some more water when we get finished, just to make sure everybody is snuggled in there really good. The pile over here has grown a lot smaller. I still have some really good pieces that I'm going to start with, but we're just chugging right along. Let's just shove one more in here because why not? Okay, so here is our terracotta, adorable, cute little plant. Okay, so I think we got everything finished up. Let's go ahead and start with the least impressive first. So even after saving all of those cuttings, I still have all of those stems with nodes. I did run out of orchid moss while I was making a propagation box. So once I get some more of that, I'm going to try to save these. That's so many plants, I can't just throw them away. So if anything, I'll just hoard them and hold on to them and see what happens. Best of luck. So, but I said I used all my orchid moss because I was making this propagation box. This looks so good and so full. So each one of these cuttings has 1 to 2 nodes. I'm going to sit it right back here behind me on the floor by the grow light so I can check the moisture content in here. I just want it to stay nice and saturated because that's really going to promote the root growth in this. So then once we start to get some roots, we can pot them up and move them into something else. So on to probably my favorite, just because I think it looks so cute. I love how this little Cebu blue pothos turned out. I love the color of the leaves in contrasting of the color of the pot, and it's the tiniest one, so it's the cutest one. There's that guy, and then we have the blue one, which I also really do like. The color of the leaves being kind of a little monochromatic with the color of the pot, I just think looks really cool. So, love that one. That one's another good one. And then last but not least, this one. It does not look that good. It doesn't look great, but I already put it through so much. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to put it back up on the shelf. It has the grow light. I'm just going to continue to water and fertilize it. It's so close to spring. I'm sure that we will see some new growth push from this pretty soon. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I had a great time doing all of these plant chores. I will try to keep you updated on all of these little projects just so I can tell you how it's going. I'm going to go ahead and insert the footage of when I was at the shop earlier, give you a little update on the Spidey plant that I did a couple videos ago, so you can just see that it's thriving. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Until we can catch up next time. Bye. So I thought since I was at the shop dropping off some hair color, I would give you guys an update on the spider plant that I potted up not too long ago. So clearly it is doing very good. It loves its life in this window. I get compliments on it all the time when people come in. So when I first brought it, it initially just had that one baby that was over there, but since then it's put off another one. Bring you guys in closer. So this one's been kind of going for a while. The little babies are getting kind of big. This one, it's got its last beautiful little flower on there and the little babies, and that pushed off when I brought it in. And when I was watering it, I noticed 2 more little sprouts that were pushing up in there. So it's not only pushing more plants, but it is pushing shoots. So that's super exciting. The inspiration for this plant is I was on, I don't remember if it was Instagram or TikTok or whatever, but I saw somebody that had a hanging spider plant that literally the babies had babies and it just trickled down and down and down. That's what I want to do with this one. So I'm hoping when it gets some length on it, all those babies will start trailing down and it'll kind of start to look like a vining plant. So for all you guys that wanted an update, there it is in all its glory. I think all of the plants that I bring here away from my house love their life because we have so many windows. So there is that. I'll finish putting up my color and I'm gonna scoot back to the house.